know there's all the old cliches about having rights and fans going into work with heads held high after a Merseyside derby victory, but from a manager, how satisfying is it to win one?
Well, I've won one before. You make that sound as if I've not won one, but I have won one or two before. So it's over now. You know, it's past now. We're already thinking about the next game. Obviously, it meant a lot to everybody connected with Everton. It meant a lot to the players and the staff here. But as I said, we're now thinking about the game against Bolton.
Just a couple of reflections, if we can, on Wednesday night. Do you feel that technically the game altered when Steven Gerrard went off?
Well, I think that he's such a good player. You know, obviously any team who loses good players. You know, we played a couple of games without Fellaini, and you know, and it was disappointing for us. We played the second game without Arteta. So you know, it happens. Sometimes you have to play games without your best players, and you have to find a way of getting results. But there's undoubtedly Steven Gerrard's a really good player.
Now, Dan Gosling's got status in Merseyside derby folklore for the rest of his life, I'm sure. But what can you do as his coach to embellish his career and make sure that's not the only thing he's remembered for?
Well, I think it's his progress and his development. That's what I'm interested in. I think what he's come on, he showed, you know, great composure, as did Jack Rodwell, and you know they came on in the game and they weren't fazed by it at all, which it could come quite easily. Any experienced player could have come on and found it difficult. But I think both the boys came on, played with no fear. But for Dan and for Jack, you know, their development will be slow, the way that we tend to bring them on. But the one thing is they'll get opportunities here because there's always room. We don't have a big squad, but we'll always try and do what's right for those boys.
You brought Joe to the club on loan this week. How has he been looking in training?
He's looked okay. It looks as if he's somebody who has lost a little bit of confidence because of the situation, not played much over the last few months. So it's something I'm really mindful of, and you know, I don't want to put too much pressure on him too quickly.
Does it give you different dimensions in terms of the way that you want to play in the final third of the field?
Well, he's known as a centre forward. I think he can play off the front as well. He can even play outside left if required. So I think that he will give me options because we've not had many centre forwards recently, but we seem to have done quite well without them. And you know, long may that continue.
Delicate question now: is Victor Anichebe in your squad for the game against Bolton?
No, because he's injured.
Was too much made of what was reported in the newspapers earlier in the week? I take it that's not a question that you want to answer.
We'll move on.
Okay, looking ahead to Bolton this weekend, what do you make of what Gary Megson has done at the Reebok Stadium? He was praising you this week for the job that you've done here. Was that really such a bad question about Victor Anichebe?
Should we take the radios?
Yeah, okay.